Governor honors departed service personnel. Says Lagos prioritizes welfare support for deceased families' veterans. The solemn sound blaring from an array of bugles and the energetic flight taken by a flock of white pigeons lifted the spirits of members of the Nigerian Armed Forces in Lagos State on Saturday, as Governor Babajide Sanwo laid the wreath to commemorate this year's Armed Forces Remembrance Day. The governor led top officials of the state government, including the Deputy Governor Dr. Obafemi Hamzat, and top brass of Nigerian military formations in Lagos State, to the symbolic event held yearly in honor of fallen heroes who sacrificed their lives in defense of the nation's security and unity. Officers of the Nigerian Army, Navy, Air Force, and veterans in the Nigerian Legion marched in a memorial procession to honor fallen ex-servicemen at the short ceremony held at Remembrance Arcade, Tafawa Balewa Square in Onikon. The military parade was followed by a traditional 21-gun salute to honor the valor of the departed service personnel. After laying the wreath, Sanwo said the sacrifice made by the fallen heroes was supreme and marked the symbol of the nation's unity. He charged members of the armed forces to continue to uphold the fine traditions bequeathed to the military by the departed soldiers. The governor said the state had not only honored the efforts of the fallen heroes, he said Lagos had also catered for the welfare of families of departed soldiers living in the state through various intervention programs.
They said they will bring their hands. It's supposed to be hand or that, but they just come, they say they will bring it, they will bring
it. Nationally, as regular tradition, has been set aside January 15 for the remembrance of our following heroes and heroines, the members of the Nigerian Armed Forces, who at one time or the other have been of great service to the nation and have paid the supreme price to have kept each and every one of us safe. And so as a tradition, the military and the government come together to observe this in partnership with also the legend who are also ex-servicemen, and will continue to offer a very, very deep remembrance to these following heroes, to say that their efforts were not in vain. And so these are things that it's a very simple but very important military activity that is statutory, and we must continue to support them in that. But going beyond that is to say that our government in particular have been partner in progress with the military, especially also spouses of serving and retired officers. If you guys will remember, just about a week ago, I was at we're together. The other additional encouragement is for them to know that both at the national, at the state level, you can see that there's a lot that is happening at the national level. But for us at the state level, we see them as our citizens, we see them as part of our government, we see them as people that we have responsibility for. And part of the encouragement is that even when I went to the barracks last week, we actually said that even in their schools, we're coming to provide for them, internet access, computers, and things that can ensure that we come into their barracks and support them directly in areas in which they want government, to be of assistance to them. And so we continue to work with them in security formation, intelligence, and continue to ensure that Lagos remains safe. They've been a major component, of our security architecture, and we continue to, ask them to continue to do that for us. Thank you very much. We try and push some components to either the wives of serving men or the fallen heroes, and we usually relate with them to ensure that we get numbers from them where we can support them and help them with a few of the skills that they require for them to get back, to life. And of course, the Nigerian legend, we continue to support them. They were with me the other day, where a cash donation of 50 million was also, pledged to be given to them from was like a tenfold of what we used to give, just to continue to support them. And you also know that the state government has over 5,000 of them in employment in one form or the other, that are legends, that are used as security officers in our schools, in our hospitals, and some of our public institutions. And to begin to see that we had not abandoned them, we'll continue, to see how we will help, the ones that are retired. I will continue to look for support for especially the spouses of the ones that are falling. And so, just to once again also thank God that we're able to keep to this tradition alive, and to continue to encourage, our men of the Nigerian Air Force, of the armed forces, that the country will continue to remember them. The country will continue to make sure that their welfare, and their efforts are not lost in vain, because they continue to keep the territorial integrity of this country safe and secure. Thank you very much.